Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Trade Ideas live trading room recap for Friday, February the 12th. My name is Barry Anderson. I'm the moderator of our free trading room. This is the address to get into the room. And if you're looking to subscribe to Trade Ideas, I know I'll say the same thing at the beginning of these videos all the time. February 17th is when our special offer of $12.88 for a full year of Trade Ideas plus our AI/Holly channel, which is a lifetime license for that. It's over on February the 17th. So, when I work it out, it's about $103 a month versus $99 a month for just the TI Pro. So it's a pretty special deal, and it definitely will be going away soon. So if you're interested at all, just type this link in and or this address in, and it'll take you to a subscription page. All right, the room is open 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm live on the mic between those two times. And just a reminder, of course, Monday is a holiday in the States. Stock markets are closed. So, well, this was personally, it was a fabulous day, kind of a unique day for me also. Let me just bring up this one chart here. Just a second here. And that's SSNC. And this one, Every time I do that, it disappears. I should know that by now. Be so careful when you're on this screen, not to click in an area that will make it disappear. Anyway, SSNC. You know what? Before I get into this one, and also we have a couple of great kudos today going out to a couple of good traders in the room. This week we've had about 800 earnings plays, and again, this my options play window, which if you want it, just email me right here and I'll get it to you. Has been fantastic all week. We had 800 earnings plays this week. I don't mean they all triggered in the window, but that's why the window was so active. And now next week we're down to 400 plays for the week. So earnings season is starting to dry up. So it's going to be harder to find these really excellent trades, the ones that move multi-dollars. Excuse me, but certainly we'll persevere. Obviously, we'll persevere, but these are the times. Earning season is a time when you really, really can make the money. And then after that, it can be a little bit quiet. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, this one is one that, of course, drew our attention because of this massive gap down. It came in the options play window. I shorted it at, let's see, first time, 51.38. So right about, well, in fact, that line is where I shorted it approximately. And, I took some out at 50.86. So just when it broke down through 51. So I took some out right about here, 50.86. And then, I mean, the rest, 49.70, 49.35, and then 47.90 as it got back up. I mean, just a fabulous trade. However, that wasn't the best part of this trade. What I did is, as it started moving up, I decided to go long and play it as a bounce. When it broke through 49, I took the trade at 49.23 on the long side. Got rid of a little bit right here because I just, obviously when something has collapsed so much, it could just turn around. This could have been a fake pop, and then it could have continued down. So I took a little bit off at 49. Let's see, what was the price? 49.48, 49.48, and then I rode it all the way up to 52. Now, when I say all the way up to 52, I didn't get, I took some off at 52 and took some off up in this area. I mean, the bottom line is this was just a great trade. I mean, I haven't done a trade like this in a long, long time in which, I mean, I've gone short and long the same day on the same stock, but nothing as dramatic as this. So this was just a really good trade, and a lot in the room took advantage of it. So, just one of those days where everything seemed to work right, especially on the option play window. Now, first of all, let's get some kudos out here. ATVI, real, one of the really, no pun intended, really one of our great traders in the room. alerted us to ATVI as a short. Now, we were watching this in the pre-market, obviously, because we had noticed that excuse me, dropped quite a bit in the pre-market. So this was always, I mean, look at, actually, this is where it was all the way down here in the pre-market. Then it popped up. So, now this is in the pre-market right here, the pink area. Now, typically what I look for is maybe a reversal, a potential reversal. But, it didn't really happen. It happened all in the pre-market. I don't generally trade in the pre-market. I like to wait for the market open and then hopefully get that sort of reversal. That didn't happen, but I'd say real alerted the room to the trade at 28, and look what it did. I mean, it went all the way down to 26.48. So tremendous kudos to Real for that one. Now, another kudo. This is a dual kudo day. It has to be because and this turned out to be just a really nice trade. EGN and trade I want to call him XOY. He came out of nowhere and said, "Hey guys, you should be watching this one if it breaks down through 2251." Now, why I call this one a really nice trade is that look, it's fairly late in the day. It's not power hour, but look what happened. I mean, it went from 2251 all the way down to 21.25. That's a dollar 25 move, kind of on as the market is getting kind of sleepy to find this play right here. That absolutely deserved a kudos. So there's no more. I'd love to give out 10 kudos a day. I mean, we've got such a great room going here, and it's hard to pick, but those two certainly stuck out for me. Now let's take a look a little bit at Holly. Holly, for me anyway. Now, it didn't have a spectacular day. However, you could make money playing Holly for sure. But what I'm liking about it is that it didn't have very many alerts. That's my preference, okay? Because then I can start to look at them a lot more closely. Now, the other thing is I'm obviously somewhat distracted because of the option plays. Now, I'm told that this option plays, they're madly trying to optimize it so we can get it into the Holly channel also because it's just giving so many great alerts. Now the only problem is that a lot of it is because earning season is well upon us, and of course, generally speaking, a lot of options activity around a stock when they have earnings. So um, I don't know what's going to happen with that, but I'm somewhat a little bit distracted. However, I did take OZM. Now, unfortunately, I did get chopped out of it, and that was just my little nervousness. Excuse me. I don't often trade the small stocks, but boy, if I'd held on. The alert was at 395. Okay, 395. I took the trade at 401. And it started to move nicely, got up to 413, and I really thought about taking some off. I didn't, and unfortunately, it went down. And when it broke down through four, I got out of the trade. But literally, these are 15-minute candles, but in the next candle, it just took off. And so, understand that to get 435, I'm not saying you would have got the top, but going from 4 to 435, it's a great percentage move, and that worked out really, really well in the long run. And the other one that worked out was JPEP. And again, I didn't take this one. These were the small ones. Now, the interesting thing is that when you look at it, it says that the profit was zero. And again, this is because it's a time stop. So the alert was at 10 and we got out at 11. And at that point, it was still back, it was still at 258. And I know this says minus 11, okay, right now, because what this is showing you is that if you'd held it all day and not got out at the stop, where would you be in relation to the entry? So you'd be minus 11 right now. However, at one point, look at this. 304. Now remember now, this is at 258. There's the entry, and it actually popped up to 303. So one of the ways to use this non-exit profit column is that when you see something like this, just start to look at the column. And what I noticed was, and I granted I did not take the trade, but I noticed that this was saying it was 5 cents to the good, even though it had been just stopped out. So what you should be doing is watching this, seeing if the trade still looks good, and then you can still get it. Maybe it was just a little early, okay? And had I taken this at at that level, I'm not saying I would have got the entire pop or anything, but boy, that would have been a really excellent trade. So, there again is another way to use Holly. And I think it's just, well, a lot of the things I think I mentioned in the video yesterday that we'll be able to put, I think we're going to be able to put alerts right on situations like this so that you can, I'm hoping what we'll be able to do is say, okay, here's the profit. We got stopped out, but now we're say give me an alert if we're 10 cents above that stop price, once we're actually stopped out. And so that we don't actually have to follow it, we'll just get an alert. And then you can take a look at it and see, okay, you know what? We were a little early. Holly was a little bit early on the trade. Let's get in now. All right, what other trade can I go over today? So I took a loss on that one. I took a loss on KN. Now listen, I might be getting into KN now because it is now dropping down, although it's a little bit choppy. This was on the options play, and it was one of the few ones that didn't work actually. I got in at 10, right around here. So we got the trigger right at here, right on that opening candle 10. Did dip down a little bit, but then it popped up, and so I got out at 10.12 for a 12-cent loss. But now, an hour and 45 left in the market. There's a possibility that I might take a look at it again. The other nice trade was NUS. Now NUS was an earnings play, and I almost shudder to see where it is now. Yeah, wow, just sort of lost sight of it again. But NUS actually was let's see, 23.88, 23.56. So originally I was shorting this one. And I took let's face it, kind of a scalp short. This is not the interesting part of the trade, but we'd seen this in the pre-market because it had, closed yesterday at $31 and it opened at 23. So, I mean, or not open in the pre-market, it got all the way down to 23. So, you're talking about $10, almost a $10 drop. So this was obviously on our watch list as something to watch. And so I actually ended up taking the short on this, which is not the interesting part of the trade. At 23.88, 23.88, right about this level. I was able to get out some at 23.56 and then 23.75 before it popped up. However, on this action right here, I had put some alerts on my limit alert. And again, you see all these little green lines here. Hopefully they're you can see them on this video. But all these little green lines are all the little alerts that I put on the trade or on the chart. Again, I'm hoping that by next week the limit alert feature will be available. So simple to do. If I wanted to put an alert right there, say, okay, there's the high right there. I just do this, create the alert. I only wanted to see it for the day, so I'll let it expire today and done. And you see how it's sort of a red line, a dotted red line. If the price hits that, then it's going to turn green, just like these all hit. But anyway, I sort of digress a little bit. I took now NUS. I went long on it, and I went long at 25.33. Actually, that's right. I tried it. I tried it twice. Um, just one second. That's right. I'm trying to remember why I had all these alerts on here, but originally I went long at 25.33, right around here, but I got stopped out. I stopped myself out at 25.20. This can be an extremely whippy stock, but then I got back into the long at 25.30, and it popped over 26, and I was really hoping it was going to zoom up. I held on a little too long, and when it went back down through 26, I exited the trade at 25.95 from 25.30. But look what happened right after that. Not right after that. These are 15-minute candles, so about 45 minutes after that, and I just kind of lost sight of it. What I should have done is put a little alert right there. Little just it's not going to do anything now, but could have put an alert right there, and had it gone through there, I would have known about it, and then I would have made up my mind. It doesn't necessarily, just because you put an alert on doesn't mean absolutely you're going to take the trade, of course. But it's just one of those things, though. It's going to be so easy to create these alerts right on the chart, and you'll get instant notification of when whatever is interesting is happening. And by the way, you don't have to have the chart open. Somebody asked me, do you have to have the charts open? No, it just goes into this window, and it'll stay there literally forever until you get rid of it, and until it, even when it triggers, it'll stay here. But now what, of course, I'll do is I will get rid of all these ones that have triggered and only keep the ones that are still what we call working. See, these are all the ones that are working, which means that they haven't triggered yet. So very excited when that feature happens. And the other thing is that what we'll be able to do is I'll be able to share, everybody will be able to share stuff, stuff, the chart. You put your alerts on, you'll be able to share them. And so that, you'll see then what I'm seeing, but I can see what you're seeing. And, just a great collaboration of using the limit alerts and the charts. Well, there were other trades, but again, a little long-winded right now, so I'm going to wrap it up. Again, if you want the special that's going to be over on February 17th, just type this into your type this into your URL, and it'll take you right to the sign up page. 1288 for the year. Lifetime for Holly, AI Holly, that gets you so 1288 for a full year of trade ideas plus a lifetime of Holly. And so again, markets open on Tuesday, not Monday. So we'll hope everybody has a great long weekend. If you're in the United States, hope you have a great long weekend. And we'll see you bright and early on Tuesday morning. Bye bye.